What is up, y'all? Goofy Rexy here, and here we are with another recap. I think it's week 8, right? Recap for the beginner series here. Going pretty well, man. Can't complain. We've had some good progression this week, so we may not see it in the levels. We actually got up to level 57 here, but with this week, we're going to be kind of recapping some things and talking about things like ISOs. What ISOs am I putting on my Sinister 6 team? ISOs and I'm putting on my Wave 1 Avengers team. How are we doing, of course, in Arena? You know, where are we going in terms of roster building? How have we adjusted, you know, our mentality here in some of our farms? What are we doing with the arena store after we're done with Swarm? Things like that right now is what we're going to be talking about in this video. So let's just kind of dive into the roster real quick, right? So first and foremost, as I said, we are at level 57 and Arena. Let's talk about Arena. I think this is one of the best, you know, sort of progressions that I can talk about this week. You know, previously, I think, right, we were seeing that I was at 900, 1,000. That's pretty much basically where we are. Well, we've built out this team now. Wave 1 Avengers, each character here is at 55 and at gear tier 9 right now. I would like to be able to get these characters, their abilities, at least a 5553, but, you know, T2s are a little bit of an issue right now, so it's taking a little bit longer. Surprisingly enough, though, T3s actually have a little bit more of those, which is interesting to say the least, but that's just one of those other bottlenecks in the game right now that we just kind of have to deal with. And when you're trying to build out 2 different teams and you're using T2s on 2 different teams, you're kind of going to run out of some resources, right? We already know my other team is Sinister 6 for villains, so that just kind of happens. But yes, 637 is where we are right now. We're doing very well in regards to where that is. I think probably another week or so, putting some more investment into this team, eventually getting to 60 gear tier 10, you know, with their abilities at maybe 6664 eventually, right? We'll definitely be able to punch into the 500 range or under 500 range, where we're going to be able to get some more arena credits and, of course, benefiting from getting those cores as well. So let's jump into the roster before we even talk about any sort of campaigns and things like that. So this is where the roster is right now. And let's talk first about our Sinister 6 squad. And I'm really proud of my Sinister 6 team this week. We were able to do a lot of different things. We were able to get through the entirety of the villains campaign. There were a lot of nodes that we were not able to finish, but we got this team to 55 and gear tier 9 as well. And we were able to get through and 3-star every single node in that villains campaign. And we were struggling before. And, you know, I knew that we were going to be fine ultimately, right? But I needed to kind of get them to the right levels first in order for me to be able to do so. I also equipped some ISOs on them, which I think definitely added value to this team and allowed them to be much better than they are, you know, or perform much better than they are right now. I do still need to get Mysterio to at least a level 2 ISO right now, you know, but where he is right now, he's doing very well for this team. And I'm starting to use him in some other areas. He's actually been helpful in some of the raid nodes. You know, we're doing Ultimus 5 and we do Ultimus 4 sometimes. You know, he's able to clear positive effects. The heal block, the AoE heal block, I find to be very valuable. His blind with the special, I find to be very valuable as well. He can ability block too. So I find his kit to be very valuable for this team. Shocker is kind of just one of those characters where I like him, so therefore I invested into him as opposed to investing into Green Goblin. You know, in hindsight, Green Goblin could have been helpful to be able to clear those buffs, but, you know, like I said, I don't really feel like I had a drop off by not going with Green Goblin. And Vulture, of course, could be helpful too with that speed bar manipulation. But once again, I went with Shocker, full 4 red stars on Shocker as well, which I don't necessarily really need it on him, but this is where we're at. Now, in terms of ISOs, as you can see, I went with healer ISOs on Rhino and also with Shocker. Shocker was kind of more of the... I didn't really think this team needed some more sustain. This team needed some more sustain to stay alive. Shocker, he goes at a decent pace. His health pool is not great, but he's 113 speed. He goes fast enough to where he can give minor regeneration to some of the characters that do need it. Sometimes, by the way, he's giving it to himself because he's very squishy. But the point is, I like the healer ISO on him. Rhino, bigger health pool on the team, so I thought a healer ISO worked very well for him. Striker on Electro is amazing. She does a lot of damage. She's a squishy character, but she does a lot of damage. And I find her first turn 1 their AoE offense down to be extremely valuable for this team. Swarm, I got Raider on him, a lot of adjacent and multi-target hits, also with the ability to land bleeds. I think that gives him a little bit of a higher crit chance. So we're able to get him to mark, and put some vulnerables on other characters. And of course, with those vulnerables, Electro is taking advantage of that as well. Mysterio, like Skirmisher on Mysterio, he clears positive effects with that basic. I also like the fact that he can, with eventually once we get this to level 3 Skirmisher, that he'll be able to do it, clear positive effects or remove positive effects too from the team once he's at the level 3 Striker, but also a level 3 Skirmisher. But I also liked another character that could mark, considering that Rhino and Shocker are also as well, healers and not marking, and you have Swarm. So just giving another opportunity, another character here that can mark, and also give Electro an opportunity to take advantage of those vulnerables, with her bonus attack there. So that's the reason why I went with that there. And like I said, this combo has been working very well. Swarm's charges are not a problem, guys. Not a problem at this level, for me. And yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty confident about this team right now and where they are. When it comes to my Wave 1 Avengers team, this is where they are, but these are the ISOs. I'm going to talk about some of the ISOs here, right? As I said before, we have healer ISO on Captain America. Now, Cap doesn't necessarily have a great health pool, and there'll probably be some other, maybe ISOs that could work on him, but he is a fast tank. As you can see here, his speed is 114. He's a very fast tank. He gets speed up as well. So I thought, him being able to give some minor regeneration to some of these other characters, especially like Black Widow and Hawkeye, who have very low health pools, I found that to be extremely valuable. I thought with Hulk, because of the large health pool, Striker could work on him, but because of the large health pool, being able to give a little bit additional sustain, considering this is also my raid team and not just my arena team as well, this is my raid team at the moment, I thought that this was a valuable, play for Hulk. Thor, I currently have as a raider because because both of these characters are healers, I wanted somebody to be able to mark. I wanted to be able to at least have 2 characters that could mark. So I have Raider on Thor right now. He has a few different adjacent attacks, or multi-target attacks with his ultimate and also his special ability. So I thought I wanted to take advantage of that with Thor, especially with that ultimate ability too, which can land those stuns. And I thought that was a very valuable play for me. With Black Widow, have her as a striker. The striker skirmisher combination, the triple tap at times works very well with these 3 characters. Skirmisher marking, Black Widow, assisting, and then having an opportunity as well to then, well, actually no, it's Widow attacking, Hawkeye marking, and then Black Widow, because of the mark, being able to do the triple tap. I think that's how it works. I be forgetting sometimes, so forgive me. But yeah, man, thought that was valuable for Black Widow. Like Striker on her for other reasons as well. Her basic ability, she has a 70% chance to copy all positive effects on primary target. Being it's a 70% chance, the first time she might not be able to copy that positive effect. So if she has a Striker, that bonus attack, she might be able to land it and get it on that second attack. Same thing here, 50% chance to clear each copy positive effect as well. So thought the Striker gave us a good opportunity to be able to do it. And of course, Skirmisher, I kind of already explained that with Hawkeye as well. So, and as a level 3 skirmisher, Hawkeye's also going to be able to clear some positive effects. He already does that with a special already, but, being able to do that, when a character is vulnerable on that level 3, I think is going to be very valuable as well. Now, in terms of some other roster things that we're going to want to pay attention to here is Cosmic. So you guys have asked me about Cosmic already. Who am I going to be using as a Cosmic team? And I've already started to build out some of that team already, as you can see. So not Kree Cyborg. No, we ain't going in that direction, man. We're using Thor. We're using Thor, obviously, for Cosmic. That makes a lot of sense. He is probably the MVP of my roster currently right now. I could make an argument, though, for Black Widow. She's been really good, too. But yes, Thor for sure. Captain Marvel is a Cosmic character, and while she is bio, I do think that she's definitely going to be helpful. I like her turn 1 AoE at this level in these nodes, these Cosmic nodes. I think that she's going to be very valuable soon. Minerva for sure, would like her heals, would like for her to providing those heals on kills. Now at this early stage, she's not going to be incredibly valuable, but she is a good character that I'm going to want to invest into more later on, bring to my Dark Dimension 2 runs, Dark Dimension 3 and Dark Dimension 4 runs, right? So therefore, yes, I am absolutely making sure that I invest into her and, utilizing her as a cosmic character. The next character for me is going to be Sif. Sif obviously is going to work well with Thor. Sif is a very, very good tank. Also, I have alternative plans for Sif as well to use her in Arena along with Hulk and Captain America. Having those 3 tanks, in there with Thor, I think is going to be very, very good, usage, of him. And of course, if I eventually get a character like Hela, that's also going to be even more amazing, for my Arena as well. But that's wishful thinking, right? It's a free to play account. We ain't getting it. It's probably ain't going to be getting Hela like that, but that's the direction that we're going in here. But yes, Sif, definitely. So the 5th character is the one that we were contemplating. Ronin was a consideration, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't like Ronin, so therefore I'm just not gonna use him. And sometimes you do that just because he's a valuable character, I think, and I'm definitely gonna need him to unlock Phoenix, right? That's important. But at the same time, I don't like him, so I'm not gonna use him. Who I am gonna be going for though is this character here, Baron Mordo. Baron Mordo is a underrated character, stuns, blinds, slows, heal block. He has a lot of control in a lot of these different matches. So I'm actually going to be looking to, once I'm done with Swarm in the Arena store, getting them to 5 stars, I'm actually going to be focusing down on making sure that I unlock Mordo. So I'm not going to be bringing him up to 6 stars or 5 stars yet, but I'm going to unlock Mordo just so that I can use him for my Cosmic campaign. I'm also going to be able to use him in the Mystic campaign too, because he does also have the Mystic tag as well. And I'm going to be able to use Mordo to unlock the Hela node as well, because you do need Mystic villains. So definitely, I think Mordo is going to be the right character to go with. I was hoping that through the Loki Blitz, I would have actually been able to unlock Loki. If I was able to, then I definitely would have been using Thor, Loki, Mordo, Sif, and probably Minerva. Would have completely forgot about Captain Marvel, but it is what it is. At least Captain Marvel provides another damage dealing character that I can use as well. So listen, I can't complain. She's plug and play, so she can be used later on a roster. For Mystic, we don't know what we're doing there yet. We are kind of like low key looking at some options for Mystic, but I'm not really primarily focusing on that yet. Obviously, Thor is going to be a part of those plans again. Yes, Mordo's going to be a part of those plans also, but we don't really know yet. Ronin might have to be subbed in at that point in time, for the Mystic campaign, even though I don't like him, but we'll have to see, guys, as we move forward with this roster here. So that's the next plan. That's the next stage, is the Cosmic campaign and working towards building out a team that we can use for that Cosmic campaign as well. Like I said, campaigns, we were done with heroes. We got through villains. I think we 3-starred all the final, we 3-starred all the chapters here. We were also able as well, I believe, to get done with the ISO campaign. There's one node that we haven't 3-starred yet, which is 2-7. I don't know why I haven't done that yet, so we're definitely going to need to make sure that we do that, especially considering that we're going to be needing a lot of these pieces eventually as we continue to put purple gear on bio characters. We're definitely going to need that. Like I said, Cosmic, we're going to be starting that hopefully sometime soon. And Nexus, now that we're done with villains, now that we're done with heroes, at least the chapter 6 versions of it, we're definitely going to be making sure that we continue to progress here, to get through this Nexus campaign, because I do believe that we do have the team to at least get to chapter 5 to do so. The store farms, like I said, the only thing that's changed is Arena. Baron Mordo now being in the raid store, which I talked about already in a previous video this week. Definitely hoping that we're going to be able to land him. I think Mordo is going to be very, very helpful in a lot of these other game modes for that Villains Chapter 7 campaign. Definitely going to be a viable option, be able to use them on a hybrid team. Also, I would say right now, if you are shooting for aim, do not shoot for aim anymore for your villains, 7-1. Absolutely, the Sinister 6 team actually can work for you. I realized actually using it on my main account today, Swarm, Electro are extremely good for that villains campaign. If you do have the right ISOs on them, the Striker, Raider, they do very, very, very well in that campaign. Get Baron Zemo if you can, open up those orbs. At my recommendation, using Zemo on a hybrid Sinister 6 team is the way to go. especially now that he is available or fountainable in that Rage store. But I think this is it, guys. There's probably some things that I missed and probably didn't cover, but this week I definitely wanted to just go over the ISOs that I'm using, kind of talk about like what I'm going to be doing for the Cosmic campaign, because I think that's important for you guys to know, and just giving you guys an idea of what I'm thinking here. We'll talk about some other stuff moving forward here. I'm going to try to see if I can do some more content from the beginner account, just talking about some other things that to consider here. Obviously, if you have any suggestions about things that you would like to see, leave that in the comments. Definitely would like to integrate those if you have specific questions about things. But listen, this is it, guys. Appreciate you guys very much. Hopefully this was helpful. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe.